Now, okay, to your point, even if it's something hateful, I agree with you 100%. If there's content that is hateful, purposefully hateful, we should do away with that. But then you get into, this is what I believe. You have the right to say whatever you
That
want,
is correct.
but you also have to deal with the consequences of what you say. And that's why so outspoken, because I would stand and fall on my sword. If it came out of my mouth, I'm responsible for it. Why? And this is just a question that I have, and even coming from the aspect of if the true children of Israel, if we're
Right.
speaking of the Jewish community, if we're speaking of the Abrahamic faiths
Right.
that Islam comes from, that Judaism comes from, that Christianity comes from, all comes from Abraham. And we are all speaking of brotherhood and unity. Why is this division? Why is it such a problem? Why is there so much fear, specifically in the black community, in the Jewish community? And I'm kind of, this is a leading question which I want to get to, but why is it such a problem to speak the truth?
I think it's a problem. It became a problem for us because of the propaganda machine, but it's more of a problem for them,
Right.
because they've taken our birthright.
Right. They don't want us to be them.
Not deeper than that. They don't want us to be us.
But in saying all of that, and this is why I asked your help, Rabbi, because I feel like I'm currently in a position right now, sitting here across from you as we speak, and a lot of it is because I'm sitting with you. Everybody is throwing hate at me right now. I made a lot of people mad. I made your community mad. I made my community mad by apologizing.
I told you what was going to happen.
You did.
I'm not smarter than you. I'm just
They
older.
call you like,
I've seen.
you know they ain't gonna be rocking with you, right? And you're right, because and I'm trying to have a bigger thinking. You said, Nick, if you sit down with me, well, first you said I have to apologize. I have no problem apologizing to anybody. I'm man enough. If I hurt you, I'm sorry. I'll say that to anyone I hurt. Whether it's if I'm driving in my car and I'm not paying attention to something and I hit someone with my car, I'm not gonna jump up like, that wasn't my intentions to run your ass over. I first have to say, I'm sorry. And then I have to correct the situation. So if I hit you with my car, I'm sorry. But now I'm in a position where, like, cancel me. I don't care. I left NBC. I've left several companies. I don't need their money. I don't care about that. But now I'm in a position where I have some great partners and some great friends, colleagues, who stood beside me and said, Nick, we got to change some things. You got to say this differently. Can never talk about the, don't say this. This is offensive to, just like the N-word is offensive to you guys. When we hear this, it's the same. Had some great conversations. But then I've had some conversations where higher ups have told me that I was going to be made an example of. And it wasn't even about me and someone that said something about another community. We have to make an example out of him because this has to stop. And I'm like, okay, I'll make an example out of me. Let's make a good example out of me. Don't perpetuate these stereotypical ideas that Jewish people run everything or Jewish people have the power to cancel you. And then if you say you don't want stereotypes, but then you cancel me? I don't really know where to begin if we're really trying to get reconciliation. And I've called people. I will talk to. I'll tell you I'm sorry. I'll tell you I'm sorry in front of the camera. Whatever you want, because I know there's no malice or hate in my heart, and I believe there's no malice and hate in your heart. And we're successful, living, breathing people in one of the toughest years we've ever experienced. Let's show unity to where I can say sorry to you to your face, and I'm met with silence. Or I'm met with aggression. No, we don't accept your apology. That's not sorry enough. And that's where I come from a place. I know I'm flawed. I know I can say things that may be looked at as like, yo, Nick wilding for that. But I embrace who I am and try to live my truth. So and in that sense of everything that you saw, and my conversation with Griff, and all the things. Like I said, you can go to the internet, you're going to hear some poems from me, some songs, some all type of things where he was like, ooh, that's a little harsh. But I have accepted that, you know, I prejudge. Yes, like that prejudice means to prejudge, and I prejudge every situation before I step into it. But I don't prejudge anything with hate, because I don't feel like there's an ounce of hate in my heart. And because when I speak of those things, and that's what to me got mixed up in that, and even when the savagery and lesson, I was speaking from books that I've read and know about white supremacy. I wasn't speaking at one point. I was not speaking. Now I hate white supremacy, and I will say this: you don't have to be white to practice the energy of white supremacy. There's black people who practice white supremacy, who are religiously living that to this day. So even in that sense of, because what I learned from in the recent times, even when I said, this is a statement I definitely would take back. I said, I can't be anti-Semitic because I'm from the Semitic people. I was 100% wrong.